question is, who owns the decision? The owner of the building, the tenant in the building, the carrier, Verizon, some of their supply chain? Where's the decision lie? Mark?
So I'm sorry, let me just speak about the carrier, right? The carrier is going to be very selective on where they deploy it and where they invest, because it's very pricey, and the carriers cannot afford to do every other building out there. So in the cases the carriers does it, it's not as much as they're going to increase revenue for more data going through the system, because the revenue per megabyte continue to decline, and everyone is expecting that it will continue to decline as we move forward into 5G, because the volumes of data that you will be moving will be so high. It is a matter of a building against Grand Central Station that moves millions and millions of people that are not tied to any given a corporation through a very public venue. That might be funded by a carrier. Bank of America building or something that is private corporations, we need to move away from that because we cannot afford to do it. Now, do you want to comment on the other part of the?
So Hunter, I've seen there are about 5 million office buildings in the United States, small, medium, and large. And one of our slides up here showed that it would take over $1 trillion of capital to put in-building wireless in even the larger of those. So that's why Verizon and AT&T, they just don't have the balance sheets to be able to do that. So then maybe they'll continue to do selective sites, but then the building owner has tenants they want to keep happy, or they want to lure new tenants to their building. Now maybe the corporate occupant owns some of its own buildings, so in that case they're the building owner, so maybe they make the decision, or maybe as a big tenant, you insist that your building owner do something about it, because he's trying to keep you happy. So I think there are multiple answers, and it depends on the occasion, almost case by case.
I just want to really quick add to it. There's really 3, maybe 4 discrete models in this environment. One is a carrier funds the whole thing. They put the infrastructure, they work with the asset manager to put that in. The other is that the venue makes the investment and puts it in to serve tenants or attract and retain tenants. And the third is a third party, such as us, where we make the investment, we own the infrastructure, we operate it, and work with both the carrier and the building owner. And the fourth one that's emerging a little bit, and I think will gain some momentum here over the next few years, is I think the enterprise itself is going to start taking more control of their LTE networks in the enterprise space, because I'm sensing just in my travels, the corporate tenant. I'm sorry, I come from a different world. But I'm sensing that they may not wait for either the carriers or the building owners to make these investments, and they need to get this infrastructure in place, to forward their business cause, if you will. So. There's a whole bunch. We typically today work directly with the asset managers because these are long-term leases. We do look at it as infrastructure. As Frank said, it's very fiber rich. We put a lot of fiber in the building to support not only what we're doing today, but we've got good visibility as to where things were going. But I hope that answered your question.
And then ultimately, I would view it as the following, right? When you build a business campus, you invest on a gym or some other amenities, a pool or whatever the tenant demands, right? And for that, you charge 1 cent more per square foot or whatever it might be. This is very similar. It's another amenity. That's the way it needs to be viewed, I think.